I have spent hundreds of hours inside Claude, and I'm going to tell you something most people never figure out. The gap between someone stuck on level 1 and someone running AI agents that finish their work while they sleep isn't talent, and it's not even a paid plan. It is that they know that levels exist. Most people open Claude, they type a question, copy the answer, close the tab, and that's it forever. They're using maybe 5% of what this thing can actually do. Because stacked on top of that simple chat box, there are entire levels, and each one hands more of your real actual work over to the AI. So in this video, I'm walking you through every single level, beginning to end, and I'll show you exactly how to set each one up click by click. I'll also give you real sample prompts that you can copy, and I'll hand you the cheat code to jump from one stage to the next. So let's get into it. Level 1 is chatting. This is where everyone starts. You are gonna go to Claude AI, you type into the box, and then you get an answer back. And Claude is genuinely excellent at this out of the box, drafting an email, explaining a hard concept in plain English, and writing some code. If this is all you ever use it for, it will be still useful. But here's the first thing that almost everyone misses, and it's hiding right next to the model name at the bottom of the screen. Click on the model selector and look at the second row, effort. You go low, medium, high, which is the default, then extra and max. Higher effort means Claude gives you more thorough, more carefully reasoning responses, but it takes a little longer and uses your usage limit faster. So for quick questions, you can drop it into low or medium and save your limits. But for anything that actually matters, like a complex plan, a detailed analysis, a hard problem, bump it to extra or max and watch the depth of the answer change. And right below, there is a separate toggle called thinking. Flip that on and Claude will actually think through the problem before it answers, which makes a real difference on anything with logic, math, or multiple moving parts. So whenever you hand something genuinely hard, turn thinking on and crack the effort up. That one combination alone will make Claude noticeably smarter than how 99% of the people run it. One more habit. Don't accept the first answer as final. If a draft feels weak, say the opening is boring, rewrite just the first paragraph to hook me immediately. You form the output through back and forth instead of taking whatever falls out first. That's level 1. It's useful, but it's the ground floor. Let's go to the level 2, artifacts. In here we get Claude building things, not just talking about them. Quick setup note, on most accounts this is already on, but if you don't see it, click in your name in the bottom left, go to settings and toggle artifacts on. Let me show you what it can actually do. Try this. Type, build me an interactive dashboard that visualizes the sales data, and paste it into a spreadsheet or CSV. A panel will slide open on the right, and in under a minute, Claude will build a live clickable dashboard with charts, filters, totals that update when you change the inputs. It's not a screenshot of a chart. It's actually a working tool that you can actually interact with. You can go farther than most people realize. Ask it to build a browser game, an interactive quiz that scores you at the end, or a custom diagram of a system that you are trying to design. Anything visual or interactive is going to render live in that side panel. And to change anything, you just don't start over, you just talk to it. Make the charts bigger, add a dark mode toggle, each request be on the last while Claude keeps track of everything that you have built. But here's the hidden feature that genuinely almost nobody knows about, and it's the part that makes this feel like the future. These artifacts can be powered by AI themselves. You can build a tool where the intelligence lives inside it. As for a study buddy app where I paste in any chapter of notes and it generates a custom quiz to test me on it. Claude is gonna build the app that calls Claude in the background. You paste your biology notes, he generates and he produces a tailored quiz on the spot. Inside a tool you made in 30 seconds with one sentence. You are now building intelligence tools. And here's the part that turns this from a toy into something real. Click the publish button in the artifact panel and Claude is gonna generate a public link. Anyone with that link can open and use your tools in the browser. They don't even need a Claude account. They don't install anything and it doesn't cost you a cent when other people use it, because the usage is gonna count against their plan, not yours. So that dashboard, the study app, that quiz, you can drop the link in a group chat and 40 people are gonna use it within the hour. Level 2 is where Claude becomes a builder. Now let's make it remember who you are. Level 3, projects and memory. Here's the mistake that is quietly costing most people the most time of all. Every single new chat, you re-explain everything. Who you are, what you do, what tone you want, what you're working on, starting from absolute zero every single time. like introducing yourself to someone with amnesia every morning. Projects are gonna end that permanently. Over in the left sidebar, click Projects, then New Project. The first tip is that you want to name it something specific, like for example, YouTube channel, and not just stuff, because you are going to end up with a bunch of these and you want to find them. Now, two power features live inside of a project. The first is project instructions. This is where you write the standing rules for everything that happens in this project. So click Set Project Instructions and write something like, I run a YouTube channel about AI tools for beginners. Always write in a casual, punchy, conversational tone and open every script with a strong hook in the first line. Keep sentences short. Save that, and now every single chat that you start inside of this project is gonna follow the rules automatically. You never type them again. The second feature is the knowledge base, and this is the real unlock. See the panel where you can upload files, drag in your past scripts, your style guide, and your list of topics. Claude is gonna index all of it. So now when you open a fresh chat inside this project and say, draft a script about Claude's new feature, it already knows your voice, your exact format, and your entire back catalog. It's not writing like a generic AI, it's writing like you. You set this up once, and in about 5 minutes, it's gonna pay you back across hundreds of conversations. And separately, go into settings and turn on memory. With memory on, Claude starts carrying details across all the conversations, even outside of projects. So it remembers your ongoing work and reference it later, like a teammate who's actually been paying attention. Let me give you a quick framing so you don't get confused. Your global profile settings define how you work everywhere, but project instructions define what you're working on in that specific project. So they stack. This is the level where Claude stops being like a tool that you visit and becomes an assistant that knows you. Most people never make it past here, which is a shame because the next two levels are where it gets ridiculous. So let's go to level 4, connectors and skills. Now in here, we're gonna plug Claude into your actual digital life and teach it repeatable jobs that it'll do the same way forever. Two parts here. First, connectors. These run on something called MCP, which is the Model Context Protocol. Think of it as a universal adapter that lets Claude reach into other apps, like for example, your Gmail, Google Drive, Calendar, Notion, and a whole directory of others. Go to Settings, open Connectors, and switch on Google Drive and Gmail. It'll ask you to authorize access, which you will approve. Now, back in the chat, you can type the add symbol to pull directly from a connected app. So you say, find the Q3 sales report in my drive and pull out the 3 biggest findings. Claude doesn't just read the file name, it opens the actual document, reads the contents, and hands you the summary. Or you say, summarize the urgent emails in my inbox from this morning. So it's gonna reach out into your Gmail and does exactly that. The information lives inside of your apps and Claude goes and gets it. Now the second part, and this is personally my favorite, is skills. A skill is a safe playbook that you teach Claude once, so it performs a repeated task exactly the same way every single time, without you ever having to explain it. Here's the difference that matters. A prompt is an instruction that you give it once. A skill is an instruction that persists forever. Let me make this a little bit more concrete. Say every week you turn meeting notes into a formatted status report with the same headers, the same tone, and the same structure. Instead of re-explaining that format every week, you build it into a skill. Under the hood, a skill is just a folder with a simple text file, which is called skill.md, that contains a name, a description on when to use it, and the step-by-step instructions. For example, a code review skill might say, when reviewing code, always start with a one-line summary, list any bugs, flag style issues, blah blah blah. You're gonna zip that folder, upload it under settings, and toggle it on. The cool thing is that you don't even have to call the skill by name. The moment that your request matches what the skill describes, Claude automatically reaches for it. Ask it to review your code, and it runs the code review skill. Ask for a slide deck, and it pulls your branded deck skill. And you can have as many as you want. One for reports, one for emails, one for formatting data, and Claude can even combine several at once for a single task. Connectors give Claude reach into your world, and skills give it a muscle memory for your work. Now let's move on to the agentic tier, which is level 5, Cowork, Dispatch, and Claude Code. This is the top, and this is where it stops being a chatbot and starts feeling like an employee who works while you're gone. Let me show you first Claude Cowork. First, you download the Claude desktop app, which you need for this, and inside it you open Cowork. The fundamental difference here is that you are gonna grant Claude access to an actual folder on your real computer. So a big tip is do not point it at your entire desktop folder or you are asking for chaos. Give it one specific project folder, because now Claude can read, edit, and create real files on your machine on its own. So now you can drop a folder of 20 receipts and type create a formatted expense reports from these receipts. And you're gonna walk away. Claude opens every single one, extracts the amounts and dates, and builds the spreadsheet, saving it right back into that folder. The whole mental shift at this level is that you give it the outcome, not the steps. Now, here's the cheat code that is generally crazy useful, and it's called dispatch. Once Cowork is set up and running on your desktop, you open the Claude app on your phone, find the dispatch tab, and you can hand your desktop computer a task from anywhere in the world. You're walking to a coffee shop, you pull up your phone and type, add this feature to the app that you worked on earlier. Your computer back home, which has to be awake with the app open by the way, does the actual work and messages you the final result. For developers watching, there is Claude Code, which is an agent that lives in your terminal. Reads your entire code base, run commands, browses the web, and writes some fixed code while you watch. You type what you want, and it figures out the how. And at the very top of this tier, you get the heavy machinery, which is a scheduled task that run on a timer, and sub-agents, which is basically Claude spinning up other copies of Claude to split one big job across parallel sessions. There's even a concept Anthropic has shown where agents review their past sessions between runs to get better over time. Now, let me be honest with you. The more autonomous you get, the more you need to review the work. Complex multi-step tasks still fill a real chunk of the time, and you should always back up a folder before you hand it over and check the output before you trust it. This isn't magic, it's a very capable assistant that still needs a manager. But just right, and this is the level where work genuinely happens while you are not at the keyboard. You set it up once and then you walk away and it's done when you get back. So that's every level, top to bottom. And by the way, I write daily how-to guides with precise workflows, prompts, settings, click by click. I'm gonna be dropping the link to join below, so if you want practical versions of everything that I cover, go join. And one last favor, if you have enjoyed this video, hit that subscribe button and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.